What's up, man? Welcome back to Life with Franco. As always, hopefully you're feeling good, smelling good, and you're excited for today's video. So we are officially 3 weeks away from spring, which I'm very excited about because I don't know about you, but I cannot stand the cold. I've never liked the cold. The cold makes me feel like I am freezing, like I am dying. And so plus we can't go outside and have fun. So I'm very much excited to put fall and winter behind us, get into spring, get some sunshine, get some heat so we can go out and have fun. So that is the reason why I wanted to put together this list of these fragrances that I'm going to be rocking this spring, and fragrances that I recommend you rock this spring. And so yeah, now what's important to know when it comes to these spring and summer scents is that for the most part, a lot of these fresh and clean as well as the tropical scents, a lot of them are going to smell the same. And so I'm not the kind of guy that likes to buy every single fragrance that comes out. For the most part, I really like to just buy the classics, the go-to staples, the ones that I think that we should all be rocking. So for that reason, a lot of these fragrances that I'm going to be mentioning are not like anything that's brand new or unique. These are just the ones that I'm going to be rocking, and I thought I'd just share it with you here today, all right? So if that sounds cool with you, let's get into the list. All right, so first up, we have the everyday fragrances, all right? And so these are going to be fragrances that I'm going to be wearing when I'm not trying to impress. I'm not on a date. This is just me day to day. Maybe I'm going out to grab a bite. Maybe I got some errands to run. Maybe I gotta go get a haircut, anything like that, right? And so on the left side, we have Acqua di Gio Profondo, and on the right side, we have Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Now, one of the reasons why I decided to put both of these in the same category is because they both share the note of mandarin orange. And so there is a little bit of similarity between the two, but nevertheless, these are both very different. What's the difference? Acqua di Gio Profondo is more on the aquatic, oceanic type of side, okay? So it's gonna be more watery, very much like you just hopped out of the shower, okay? And so like the citrus is gonna be like a smaller part of the fragrance. Now when it comes to Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, this one is more focused on the citrus. It does have the mint, which is gonna give it an extra bit of this cool, crisp freshness, as well as the tonka bean, which is gonna give this creamy sweetness to it. But there is gonna be more of the mandarin orange in this scent, okay? So as far as differences, I would say that Acqua di Gio Profondo is more for a t-shirt and jeans. It's the most relaxed, casual, effortless of all the fragrances I'm going to be mentioning here today. So for a white t-shirt, black t-shirt, and jeans, I recommend Acqua di Gio Profondo. If you're going to be getting a little more dressed up, let's say something like what I'm wearing here, a white polo, let's say a button-up, a Henley, anything like that, anytime you want to dress up just a little bit more fancy but still everyday casual, then that is where I recommend to reach for Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, right? All right, next up we got the fun fragrance category. And so for times when I just get a little bored of wearing Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme or Acqua di Gio Profondo, then I'm gonna switch up the routine by rocking one of these two scents. So on the left side we have Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Eau de Toilette, and on the right side we have Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Parfum. Now, when it comes to the Le Beau Eau de Toilette, I already made a standalone review on this one, so I'll link it in the cards if you want to get more details on it. But basically, what it is that it is a pina colada scent. And so, notes that are in it are going to be on the top, you're going to get bergamot, in the middle, you're going to get coconut, and in the base, you're going to get the tonka bean. So, while it does have bergamot, when the coconut and the bergamot mix together, it gives off this coconut mango type of vibe. So, it makes it more tropical, pina colada-esque. And so I will say, while these two are more summer appropriate, they're still really, really good for spring. Anytime there's clear skies, there's sunshine going on, I recommend for pulling either of these two. But these fragrances are very versatile. You can wear them from a day to a house party to a nightclub. This one is on the softer side, so this one I would recommend you gotta bump up the sprays, let's say 10-15 sprays if you're gonna go to a house party or to a nightclub, anything like that. But for when it comes to 1 Million Parfum, this one's on the stronger side. This one isn't really like a pina colada type scent. What this reminds me of, to me, it reminds me of guava mixed with fruit punch. You add some salt to it, and then you give it like this sunshine, clear sky type of vibe. That is what 1 Million Parfum is going to smell like. Now, this one's a stronger, so when it comes to nightclubs, you can honestly get away with 5 sprays. And then day to day, just if you want to wear this day to day casual, then I would say 2 to 3 sprays, all right? Now, this one's cool because although it is very fun, it's still very dressy, very elegant. One of the most impressive, like, versatile scents you could wear. So that's 1 Million Parfum, and this is Le Beau's Eau de Toilette. Now, next up, we have the sexy fragrances. So these are fragrances that are still day-to-day, casual, easygoing, but these are going to have more of a sex appeal to it. And so for times when you're just feeling extra bossy, you're feeling yourself, then I recommend to reach for one of these two. And so on the left, we have YSL's Wild Le Parfum, and on the right, we have Armani's Code Parfum. Okay, and so when it comes to YSL's Wild Le Parfum, this is a fragrance that I'm talking about in almost every one of my videos. It's one of those fragrances that I believe should be in every man's collection. If you're 25 plus, then I recommend Wild Le Parfum, and if you're under 25 years old, then I recommend the Wild Le Parfum. But basically, I love this fragrance because it's very versatile. There's really no situation where you cannot use it, whether you're just going out to run errands or if you're on a date. This fragrance is going to work every time. So what I love about this fragrance too is that it has this great combination of being very masculine because of the ginger and the olive album is going to give it that deeper, darker scent. And it still maintains that youthful playfulness due to its apple. And so it's a very versatile fragrance. And so this is more on the deeper, darker side, but it's still fresh enough to where it would work in spring, right? And so that's Wild Le Parfum. Now, when it comes to Code Parfum, this is more of a date night fragrance because it utilizes the note of iris, which I talk about how iris is like an aphrodisiac note within perfumery. Women love the scent of iris. It's formal, it's at the same time, it's fancy, it's romantic, it's seductive. But what I love about this fragrance in particular is that it has a lot of bergamot and a lot of aldehydes, which makes it very, very fresh. So although this is more of a date night type of scent, I am 100% convinced that this will work great during spring, especially during daytime because of all of that bergamot freshness going on, okay? And so I'm very much excited to see how this one's perform. Both of these are relatively new to my collection, so this is me the first time I'm rocking these in spring, and so I'm just very excited to see how these perform, but I know that they're going to perform very well, right? So I recommend either of these for any time you're feeling sexy during spring. All right, next up we got the special occasion fragrances. And so both of these fragrances, in my opinion, are casual enough to where you could wear them day to day. They're very relaxed, effortless, easygoing, but they're very, very expensive. So I'm not trying to pull for these every single day. For the most part, I'm just gonna reserve these for special moments, a special date, or let's say a special event, all right? And so they're both from Parfums de Marly. On the left side, we have Sedley, and on the right side, we have Layton. So I'm going to make a standalone review on both of these just to go deeper into the details. But what I will say for now is that Sedley here, this one gets a lot of hype. And let me just say, even with all the hype that's surrounding it, I believe it's actually underhyped. Like, I had no idea this fragrance was going to be so damn sexy and luxurious smelling. Like, it is ridiculously sexy. What does it smell like? To me, I get like this bubble bath soapiness. So it's a very fresh and clean out of the shower type scent, but it's more along the lines of like bubble bath soap. A lot of people say that this smells minty to them. I personally don't get that, but I just get the soapy. Okay? And so it's like, I know that sounds kind of basic, fresh and clean, soapy, but trust me, this is done in the most luxurious, most like sexiest way there is. I would say that this is a 10 out of 10 scent. To be honest, it could even be a 12 out of 10 scent. The only downside to Sedley here is that, for one, it's very expensive, but other than that, it's on my skin, it only projects loudly, really nicely for 40 minutes, and then it just completely does a 180, and then it becomes a skin scent. It does last 6 hours, but it becomes a skin scent, so I kind of don't like that. But either way, like that scent profile is very, very alluring, very sexy. So I'm very excited to wear this one during spring. Now on the right side, we have good old Layton. Now this to me is a date night masterpiece. I have it at about a 9.7 out of 10. I wish it just had a little bit of more oomph. But for the most part, it's a ridiculously gorgeous fragrance. And so this is reserved more for nighttime, and a lot of people say it's more of fall and winter. But to be honest, I'm not trying to wait until fall or winter to enjoy this amazing scent. It has apple, it has vanilla, it has cardamom. But I believe that it is fresh enough to where you could wear this day to day in the daytime during spring. And so I'm going to have a lot of fun rocking both of these scents. I am not going to wait until fall and winter, and I'm not going to wear these day to day. This is just what I'm going to be wearing for special moments, all right? Should you get these, I say you should sample these first, and if you like them, then by all means, get the full bottle, all right? So that's Sedley, and that is Layton. All right, and so the last category that we're going to be getting into is the very exact opposite of what I just talked about. And so this is going to be the affordable category. And so this right here is a $45 clone. Now, I just want to say that on this channel, I do not promote clones. It's not an egotistical thing. It's not that I think I'm better than clones. I'm above them. It's more so has to do that as a content creator, as somebody who's leading here, somebody who's influencing. I do not want to promote scarcity mindsets. Yes, it is tempting to want to get your hands on a $45 clone. You can get 5 of these for $200 and you can be set. I know that sounds like a great win up front, but I believe that a scarcity mindset long term is going to cause more damage than good. Okay, and so let's say you are a guy who's single and you're looking to wear fragrances to attract the ladies. Yes, you can get your hands on a cheap clone like today, but that can like go into other areas of your life. And so let's say once you get into a relationship, if you have developed a scarcity mindset, then you're gonna cut corners every time you go out on a date with a woman. No, let's not go to that restaurant. Let's go to this other one. It's cheaper. And so you can just repel women. You can like repel people in general. You can miss on a lot of opportunities. And so I do not want to promote any kind of scarcity mindset. That's why I do not talk about clones. However, I will make an exception this time because this fragrance, if we are going to be talking about best spring fragrances, then we have to mention this one because this is like 100% photorealistic of what spring smells like. This is spring in a bottle. And so this fragrance here specifically is Armaf's Milestone. And so this is a clone to Creed's Millesima Imperial, which that fragrance is 100% photorealistic of spring. Now, what does Creed Millesima Imperial smell like? That one smells like sea salt on top of watermelon. Okay, and so sea salt and watermelon. Trust me, that's very, very like good. That's very sexy, very alluring. Okay. Now this one here is more sea salt melon. So it's not watermelon. It's not sea salt watermelon. It's sea salt melon. Now, I don't know how to really describe this as best as possible through words, but just trust me, this is a very fun, sexy kind of a scent. It could have easily gone in there with the fun category with Le Beau Eau de Toilette and 1 Million Parfum. It's in that kind of a profile. Now, those two scents, those are more summer tropical scents. This is more of a spring tropical scent, okay? So this one is just going to be very, very fitting to for spring. Where you can get this, I got mine on Amazon, so you can get it there too. So yeah, and so again, I do not want to promote clones. Please, like if you are going to buy clones, I say only get 1 or 2 clones. Don't be that guy who has like 5, 10, 20 clones in his collection because honestly, I think that can really hurt your mindset down the line, right? So that is Armaf Milestone. Alright, so those are all the fragrances that I'm going to be rocking this spring. Like I said, when it comes to these fresh and clean spring scents, for the most part, a lot of them are going to smell the same. And so I do not believe in going out and buying the latest, newest spring fragrance. I say just stick to the go-to classics, the ones that have been proven to work. Those are the ones that I have, and those are the ones that I recommend you get your hands on. And so hopefully you found that video to be helpful. As always, please subscribe, share, like, and comment. All of that will help out the channel with the algorithm. I'm brand new to YouTube, so I would really appreciate that support. And with that being said, you have yourself an amazing day. You take care, stay awesome, and see you in the next video. Deuces.